Dennis Hickey, my grandfather, was born in 1880, the sixth of 9 children born to Michael Hickey and Abby Dinan, a farming family at Badgers Hill, Glenville. In 1919, aged 39, Dennis became a volunteer in the War of Independence. From that point onwards, neither he nor any of his comrades could have foreseen how the next 5 years would evolve. That era and his experience of guerrilla warfare, being on the run, experiencing death of friend and foe, spies and informers, imprisonment, politics and civil war, are dramatised to good effect in the movie The Wind That Shakes the Barley, a fictional account of those days but based on real events. A battalion commander, and who had escalated through the ranks, was now leader of the opposing side, along with many of Dennis's former comrades, including his neighbour and successor as officer commanding of Glenville Company, Dennis Hegarty. Now 42 years old, Dennis would have been amongst the oldest of the active volunteers, and perhaps this was a factor in his decision to go against the tide of Irish volunteer opinion in his local area and decide instead to join the emerging National Army. His military record states that in the early months of 1922 he was organising for the National Army in his local area, but we don't have specifics on this. His military record then shows that on 15 August 1922, 4 days after the National Army had captured Cork City, Dennis joined them with the temporary commission of captain based at Rathcormac, attested by General Liam Tobin and General Emmett Dalton. There is a notation that he had a scar on his left thumb. I wonder if this might have been the result of the injury sustained during the attack on Ahern RIC barracks 2.5 years earlier. In any event, his induction into the National Army was very brief indeed. 3 days after his attestation, on Friday 18 August 1922, Captain Dennis Hickey and his National Army comrades advanced northwards towards Fermoy, apparently to take control of Kilworth Camp just north of Fermoy. As they approached Dr. Barry's Cross just south of Rathcormac, they were ambushed by anti-treaty forces from the Rathcormac side of the River Bride. In all probability, these were part of Liam Lynch's anti-treaty forces that had vacated Fermoy Barracks just 7 days earlier. During a brief tactical retreat, Dennis Hickey and his National Army comrades were offered tea at the nearest house, that of Michael and Eliza Mulcahy, whose daughter Hannah would, in the near future, marry Dennis. When the National Army advanced again on the bridge, the firefight was fierce and was targeted at the bridge itself. The anti-treaty forces had retreated to the rear of Curtin's house at Greenhall, from where they had a direct line of fire on the bridge from behind the house. It is believed that the frightened family in the house had ascended from the ground floor to the stairway. In any event, a stray bullet entered the house through a window, hitting Dr. Kiely in the shoulder, and then hitting his girlfriend, Mary Ann Curtin, also known as Hannah, in the head. Despite the efforts to save her life by Dr. Kelly and by the local Dr. Barry, she died that day. Dr. P.K. Kiely, also known as Paddy Kiely, who hailed from Moonakirka, Stradbelly, County Waterford, later married Hannah's younger sister, Ellen Christina Curtin. They had 8 children. Dr. Barry was a renowned surgeon at South Infirmary Hospital in Cork and was also a lecturer in operative surgery at University College Cork. He died in 1998, aged 101 years. Ellen had died in 1984. The stories about Paddy are legion, but not for this video.